Hello, my name is Matt and welcome back to another video on the mattsguitarlessons.com YouTube channel. So this is a follow-on from the first video I did the other week, which was all about the 9 magic guitar riffing chords. And that was all about the 9 chords to learn on the guitar that unlock millions of songs. And chances are, if you've played guitar before or you've seen people play guitar, you've seen them play these chords. They're one of the most common things in guitar, which is awesome because it's one of the best things to learn in guitar. Now this one is all about, once you can play those chords, then how to use them. Or how to use them most smartly, if smartly is a word. We'll go with smartly. So after a long time of teaching, one thing I sort of heard come out of my mouth a lot was that the best guitar player is the most efficient guitar player. And I remember saying that the first time and I was like, huh, that's really true. And then I sort of expanded on that, and here's how I would talk about it. Let's use a chord progression example of E minor, G, D and A. So this is a pretty common chord progression. And let's say we had a competition and we could put little mini pedometers on each one of our fingers that would read how far they've moved in this chord progression. So would the winner be the person who has the highest reading on the pedometer or the lowest reading? And of course it would be the lowest reading, right? So that you don't want to move more than you have to. So if we had a competition, the player who would win would have the smallest reading on that pedometer. So I want to show you how to get the smallest reading on your chord changing pedometer with just a few simple tips. So this is the chord progression. I'll just play it with the strumming pattern. Okay, so tip number 1 is look at your chord changes, so one chord to the next, and first thing to notice is there any fingers that can stay on between that chord and the next chord? And interestingly, one of the reasons I chose this chord progression is in this chord progression there's one finger that can stay on between every chord change. So let me show what I mean. So when I play E minor to G, this first finger is a common note between the two of them. People call it an anchor point or whatever, but it's a common note between them. So you shouldn't take that off. G to D, same thing, this third finger can stay on. D to A, this first finger can stay on. A to E minor, this second finger can stay on. So look for that, and sometimes it might mean you have to change it. Like you might play E minor like this, then you go, hold on, wait, if I play it like that, I could do this. So it's sort of about being smart with your chord changes. So look for the commonalities between them. It makes your chord changes way easier, because you already have a starting point, and then it makes it obviously way faster. So that's number 1. Number 2 is sort of a mini guitar hack on the A chord. So most of us probably know A, and you're probably playing A like this, 3 fingers in a row. Sometimes you might play A like that. I want you to change your A and bring your second finger up one string and your first finger down one string. So the order of your fingers go second finger, first finger, third finger. This A is a superior A in most conditions. And the reason is that A's friends are D and E. They're seen together a lot. So when you change from A to D, this first finger is a common one, and then D back to E, A to E, that finger's nice and close. When you do this, you've got to move all your fingers. So let's change our A to this more often than not. And that means in this chord progression, again, it works better because we can... Cool, so that's number 1. Look for your common fingers and do that A chord because it's way better. Number 2. Almost always the first beat, the first strum you do is a down strum. And a down strum is more commonly the top sort of strings rather than the bottom ones, right? You're just going to hit sort of the top of the strings. So only get what you have to have on at the start. That's a weird sentence. Let's explore that. So when I go E minor to G, when I'm doing this fast, the thing that I only really need at first is that. I don't need these 2 on yet because my first strum is a down strum. So I'm only hitting sort of these strings. These don't have to be on before I start playing the strumming pattern. So I start with those. And it's not till then that I need those fingers on. So that's a really good one. Like say you've changed from C to G. Start with these and then worry about getting those on. So that's tip number 2. Start with the chord, the part of the chord that is at the top of the guitar that you're going to play first, and then worry about getting the rest of them on. It buys you another couple of milliseconds. So that's a really good one. And the third one, seamless transition into a second take hopefully. Just had a bit of a mind blank then. So the third one that I want to show you, and this is a really, really cool one, is when you change between a chord to the next chord, the very last strum I do, more often than not, I start indicating the next chord. So start doing something that helps me get to the next chord. E minor to G isn't so bad, it's not very far away. All I would do here is probably take this finger off on the last strum, because then it frees that up to start getting over here, so then I can start getting this happening. So I can go like this, in slow-mo, and take that off. Now, G to D I might go and just take all that off, so I've got these fingers starting to get ready. And I can get to D, and I can take these fingers off to A, and these fingers off to E. And it sort of sounds, you got to hit the right strings, because sometimes if you do this and you hit something that's sort of dissonant or that doesn't work with the chord, it sounds bad. But if you hit something that indicates the next chord, or if you do it fast enough even, it really can't tell. So here's how it sounds, and I'm taking off something at the end of each chord. So you see that little at the end. So something comes off that implies the next chord. So they're the 3 points. So always look for common fingers between your chord changes. Always start with the bottom of the chord when you change the chord progression, because you're going to strum from the top at the start, and then worry about getting the rest on. And then take something off at the end of your strum, the very last strum. Start implying the next chord, or do something that can help you get to the next chord. And this will make all your chord progressions more efficient, and hopefully it'll lower down your pedometer reading on your fingers and make life easier for you. Alright, that's it for today. Thanks so much for watching my video, and I'll see you next time.